Hello, this is Miss Bunce, and I'm just going to talk you through what to do when you have received university offers and what sort of decisions you have to make after that. Now, obviously, you can apply through UCAS for up to 5 courses. You don't actually have to wait until you've had offers from all 5 or decisions from all 5, but we'll just talk through some of the processes of what needs to happen next. So firstly, when are you likely to hear back? Some people might be getting worried because their friends have heard back from everybody and other people have had no offers at all. Universities and university departments make decisions at very different times, okay? All the decisions have to be made and will be made by the 20th of May. In reality, most universities will make decisions before then, but they'll start making decisions in October and they'll finish in May. So it could be quite a long time between those two for you to actually hear back from universities. So if it's January and you still haven't heard anything, don't panic, okay? Some universities will wait until after the UCAS deadline in January to make any decisions at all, whereas some of them will make decisions beforehand. And you've got to look at the sorts of decisions you might receive. So the first and what you're aiming for is a conditional offer. That means that they'd like you to go to their university to do the course, but you need to meet some requirements. Usually that's getting your exam results. So we'll talk about what sort of offers look like in a minute, but usually they want you to get certain grades in certain subjects. Some of them might give you other conditions as well, such as passing security checks or passing criminality checks or having a driver's license, that will be made clear to you as part of your offer. So the other type of offer you might receive is an unconditional offer, and that means you've got a place, but there might still be things for you to arrange. So generally speaking, if you apply to university after your A-levels, where you've already got your grades, all of your offers will be unconditional. However, if you are applying in year 13, so before you've actually got your A-level results, you are less likely to get unconditional offers. But there are a couple of reasons why universities might still give you an unconditional offer. Now, the first is that they need to get people onto that course. What you have to remember is that you as a student are a commodity to that university. You are worth probably £15,000 a year, particularly in your first year, once you take into account the fees and once you take into account amounts you pay for accommodation and then in the bar and things like that. So you are worth a lot of money to these universities, and some universities make unconditional offers because they want students there. So you need to think very carefully about whether this is the right offer for you to accept. The second reason why they might do that, as well as making an unconditional offer because they need you there as a student, is because if you confirm and commit for them to be your first choice, they might then make that offer unconditional for you so that you don't need to get such high grades. It's very important that if you do accept an unconditional offer, that you still carry on and work really hard and get all of the grades that you should have got anyway. The reason for that is because you might change your mind in a few years' time. Even in a year's time, you might go to that university, think it's not for you, drop out, and then want to reapply, and you'll still need those A-level grades. It's really important that you think very carefully about unconditional offers. So the last decision you'll receive is unsuccessful, okay? So if they've decided you're unsuccessful in your application, they're not willing to offer you a place, or you might withdraw your application to that course as well. Now, but it means you could actually add more. So when you have received all your offers, this is where you need to make a decision. So you need to decide on 2 courses. So let's make an assumption that you applied to 5 universities and you've got offers from all 5, or it could be that you've had offers from 4 and just decided to withdraw from the other, or you've rejected from the other. You need to decide one to be your firm choice, and this is the course and the university that you really want to go to. It should be, hopefully it's the one that you had as your first choice in your head all the way along. But it should be one that you've got a really good chance of getting into as well. Okay, so it means that you've thought about how you're going to get there. You've thought about whether you're going to enjoy the course, and you've got a lot of information given to you about that. And you've also thought about whether you're likely to get the grades, having had a really honest conversation with your teachers. The next one is your insurance choice. So you pick an insurance choice, and this is where you'll go if you don't get the grades for your firm choice, and it should be a lower offer. So say, for example, you get an offer from the University of Manchester, and they want 3 A's from you, and you choose that as your firm choice. But in your insurance choice, you choose maybe, let's say, Cardiff Metropolitan University have made you an offer of 3 B's. That could be a good insurance choice. So if you, in the summer, get an A and 2 B's, so you miss your place at Manchester, your insurance choice will automatically kick in, and then you'll go there instead. And then you have to decline all of your other offers. So, but if you don't like any of your offers, or worst case scenario, you don't get any offers, because this does happen to some people if they've really overstretched themselves. But if you've decided you've changed your mind, you don't like them, you can apply for more courses in UCAS Extra. So just Google UCAS Extra, and one at a time you can apply for additional courses. But what if you change your mind? So what if you've decided, right, that's it, I've chosen Manchester as my first choice, Cardiff Met's my insurance choice, I'm happy with that. What happens if you change your mind? Well, within 14 days, you're actually covered by UK Consumer Protection Law. You can just contact UCAS and say, I've changed my mind. I've decided I don't want to go to Manchester, I want to go to Liverpool instead. And they'll sort all that out for you within 14 days. But if it's been more than 14 days, it's a bit more complicated. You probably still can change your mind, but you will need to contact the universities directly and liaise with them, and then contact UCAS to let them know. So say in this example, if you'd had an offer from Liverpool which you declined, if you contact Liverpool first and say, actually, I've changed my mind, I'd really like to accept your offer. See if they've still got space on the course, and if it's sooner rather than later, they should do. Once they've confirmed in writing by email that yes, they're happy to still make that offer to you, then you can contact Manchester and say, I've decided to change my mind. Don't feel bad about it. Okay, you've never met these people, you're not going to offend anyone, just you've got to work on what you want to do. It's your life, so don't feel bad about it, because I know some people do. Then you need to let UCAS know, and they'll change it all for you on UCAS. This is only possible up until late July, so you need to check on the date that UCAS give you. So it's around the around the 20th, 23rd of July. So there are no spots possible after that date. And if you decide later on this year you don't want to go to uni at all, so say you've accepted Manchester, accepted Cardiff Met as your insurance, but later on this year you think, oh, do you know, I'm not keen on this at all. I've decided I don't want to do quantum physics degree. I want to do something completely different. I've totally changed my mind. That's fine, just withdraw and you reapply again the following year. You might be able to change, if you change your mind really late and want to do something completely different, you might be able to get a course through clearing in the summer, but more likely you'll be applying the following year, and we're still more than happy to help you with references and things like that. So I'm just going to go through some examples of conditional offers, and these are real offers that students have had this year on UCAS track. So I'm just picking up what I can see, and I'll talk you through what they mean, because they all look very, very different. Some of them can be really confusing. So the first one is this. It says this offer is subject to you attaining grades AAA at A level and or the Advanced Welsh Baccalaureate Skills Challenge certificate. So obviously Welsh Bac is the Welsh Baccalaureate Advanced Skills Challenge certificate. And this basically means you can get 3 A's in 3 A levels or 2 A levels in Welsh Bac. So for example, if your grades came out as Biology A, Chemistry B, Maths A, Welsh Bac A star, that would meet the offer terms, because you've got an A in Biology, an A in Maths and an A star in Welsh Bac. So that's a fairly straightforward and simple offer, and it doesn't matter whether you're doing 3 A levels or 2 A levels in Welsh Bac, you'd still meet the terms of that offer. The next one is a far more complicated one, and this is in blue. The blue text on the side is what you'd get. So it says this offer is subject to obtaining grades A, B, C at A level in 3 subjects. Okay, so far so good. So A, B, C and 3 A levels, excluding general studies. Okay, ignore any reference to general studies. It's an A level which some schools get students to do. we have never got students to do that, but almost all offers will exclude general studies, so just ignore it. Okay, but then it says, but including a grade A in an accepted science subject. So obviously this student is applying for some sort of science degree. They've probably got a science subject in their A-level choices already, otherwise they wouldn't even have been made an offer. But they can substitute, but then it says a grade A star in advanced Welsh Baccalaureate Skills Challenge certificate counts as equivalent to an A star at A level, and then it just reiterates what the equivalent grades at A level to Welsh Bac. Effectively, it's just confirming that an A star at Welsh Bac is the same as an A star at A level. So what it means is that you need ABC at A level in 3 subjects. Welsh Bac can be substituted for any A level, but not for a science one. Okay, so they are looking for A grade A in an accepted science subject. So biology A, chemistry B, maths A, Welsh Bac A star would meet those offer terms. But if you had history A, Welsh Bac A, English B and biology B, you wouldn't meet the offer, because your science subject, your only science subject there would be biology, and you need ABC. That actually probably would, sorry, my mistake, you probably would meet that, but it means that you have to have, no, you wouldn't, because you've got to have a grade A in an accepted science subject. Okay, so that's where my mistake, these can get really confusing to read when they're very wordy. Next one then, this offer is subject to obtaining GCE advanced level grades A, or GCSE advanced level grades AA plus grade B in Welsh Baccalaureate. Now, GCE advanced level means A level, okay? Quite why they write this like they're in the 1940s, I don't know, but that's what we're talking about. So this is giving you 2 alternate options. You either have AAB at A level, or AA at A level and B in Welsh Bac. So effectively, it's that substitution, and we can see there that so if you are only doing 2 A levels in Welsh Bac, for this offer they want you to have your A levels both A grades, but the B they're happy to be in Welsh Bac. Okay. And the next one, offer is subject to you attending GCSE A level grades ABB, including chemistry and biology. So obviously, again, this student must have chemistry and biology in their subject mix already, otherwise they wouldn't have made an offer at all. But it's effectively saying that whatever grades that they get, they've got to have an A or a B in chemistry and biology. Critically, also, Welsh Bac is not included in that offer. So if it doesn't mention Welsh Bac, you need to make sure that you need to understand that that's not part of the offer at all. And be very careful about this, because we've had instances where some universities have said on their websites that they consider Welsh Bac as a subject, but if the offer itself that they make to you personally does not mention Welsh Bac, it is not included in your offer. So as an example here, a student who's got biology A, chemistry A, history B and Welsh Bac A star would meet the offer, because they've got AAB and they needed ABB in 3 A levels. But somebody who had biology A, chemistry C, history A, Welsh Bac A star doesn't meet the offer, because their chemistry grade is a C and not a B, which is what's needed for the offer. Now you might get a points offer. Now these wouldn't tend to be from universities such as Bristol or Exeter, but they would tend to be from different universities, so what we call lower tariff universities, where they talk about UCAS points. So this offer says it's subject to obtain 104 UCAS points from your A levels. Now it doesn't specifically mention Welsh Bac. And it's surprising, because often a university makes a points offer, we usually consider Welsh Bac. So this is one where I'd encourage a student to go back to the university and question, does my offer include Welsh Bac? And you can always go off and do that if you're not sure. So UCAS points are awarded to different A-level grades and Welsh Bac grades, exactly the same. So an A-level grade, a star is equivalent to 56 points. And so we'd add this. So obviously, if somebody just got 2 A stars, they would get those points, no problem. But we'd be more likely to look at sort of combinations of grades. And grade points offers tend to be around the sort of B's and C's mark usually. And sometimes with a points offer, they might specify that it's from 3 best A levels. So this one isn't restricted, but they might restrict it to that. You may find if you're doing subjects like ICT or business or medical science or criminology, which award distinction, merit, etc., you find that a distinction star is equivalent to an A star, a distinction is equivalent to an A, a merit is equivalent to a C, and a pass is equivalent to an E, and the points values are all the same. All of the courses that we offer are equivalent in volume to one A level, so that the grades transfer directly across. So what next? Now, once you've decided where you're accepting as your firm choice, and it should be, remember, this has got to be somewhere you really want to go, the place you really want to go to, you need to choose your accommodation. Don't delay on this. The most popular halls of residence at universities get filled very, very quickly. So start doing it as soon as you've had an offer from somewhere that you like the look of. Start doing your research as to where you'd like to live. And the most popular halls are not the lovely luxury ones with superb accommodation and things like that. They're usually the cheapest ones. Okay, so if finance is an important issue for you, you need to choose those halls very quickly. You need to apply for student finance, and we'll give further guidance on that as well. And then you need to work hard and get your grades. Best of luck. Choose wisely.